Okay, so hopefully udah masuk. I'm finally here with Maxine. Hi Max, apa kabar?
Hai, baik.
Oke, ini pertama kalinya actually kita ketemu ya Max. I don't know you before.
I
Jadi
don't
aku
know you
sebenarnya
before either.
aku sebenarnya mau ngomong makasih banyak karena sebenarnya ini tuh proses aku menulis. Jadi sebenarnya salah satu goals aku pada saat aku lanjut S2 tuh Maxine adalah aku harus bisa publish sebanyak mungkin op-ed. Jadi
Oke.
aku harus tulis artikel dan sebagainya. And then I was thinking that, okay, your story is actually very interesting. So maybe this is the first thing that I'm going to write and then have it published, hopefully. Jadi makasih banyak ya Max udah meluangkan waktu untuk bisa ngobrol
Sama-sama.
hari ini. So hopefully akan ada banyak insights yang aku bisa pakai nanti pada saat aku proses menulisnya dan juga I'm very excited actually today to learn and also
Hmm,
listen to your story.
ya aku juga excited karena I really thankful maybe this could be another like scoop of people or maybe you would reach out to another scoop of people that I haven't reached out to, so it would be
Ya,
interesting. And kita bener-bener strangers, so I mean
iya,
this is like rada risky business, but I think I saw your LinkedIn and you went to UI, so I'm like, okay, I think this is not bad. And I just
iya
hope
aman lah
this
ya.
comes out positive. Yeah.
Oke, so now actually Max ini juga pertama kalinya sih aku ngobrol sama atlet karena biasanya sebelumnya tuh aku kalau lagi pengen gather insights, it's either aku ngobrol sama dosen atau kayak anak
Mm,
S3 gitu. So you are the first
wow.
athlete that I'm going to have a
And a high
conversation
school
with.
student. So
Oh iya, kamu masih SMA ya, belum masuk kuliah ya?
masih kelas 12.
Wow, oke, so soon ya, nanti kamu akan segera main di level kampus.
Soon. Yeah,
Oke,
fall, this fall.
nah, bisa nggak sih Max, can you walk me through like your basketball journey gitu? Jadi sebenarnya Max itu awalnya mulainya gimana? Terus pernah nggak sih akhirnya kamu sampai kayak kebayang pada suatu saat di titik ini tuh kamu bisa sampai dapat kesempatan bahwa season ini kan nanti 2025 ya, college basketball
Yeah.
season mulai, kamu akan mulai pertama kalinya nih main di divisi satunya NCAA. Can you like tell us the story first and then like walk me through the process?
Okay. Kalau the start, I think most of the people already know. Aku at the start, I was not allowed to play basketball. So at the start, I had a commitment to play piano because my dad's side of the family too very musician and music orientated. So I had the requirements to finish my piano first for 9 years to actually play freely basketball. Um,
Oke.
yeah.
Berarti
So
sekarang udah nggak main piano lagi?
enggak.
Oh.
Sekarang udah tidak ada kewajiban untuk main piano. Ya cuma main asik-asik aja kalau mau. Tapi udah nggak ada kayak les, kayak I would dulu tuh main piano tuh kayak keharusan tiap hari di rumah sama di tempat lesnya. Um, nah dari situ aku selesaiin kewajiban aku sekitar umur 12-13, mau 13 tahun. Di situ aku beneran baru mulai latihan seminggu kayak 3 kali, 4 kali. Dari situ aku baru mulai rajin latihan. Jadi kalau orang-orang bilang juga telat. Nah dari situ aku mulai lama-lama orang kayak lihat aku tanding sana sini. The first start of my journey tuh very rough kalau menurut aku karena banyak rintangan yang kayak tiba-tiba masuk terus orang-orang kayak oh who's this tall girl, athletic girl yang kenceng juga, terus banyak yang kayak nggak tahu, terus juga very yang kayak closed off, kayak information was closed off from me and my parents. Jadi kita really new to it, jadi kayak sangat apa ya, kaget lah dengan cara basket dan lain-lain. Tapi lama-lama kita found our way. Gak lama setelah menang pertama kali aku itu di YBA 2019 kayaknya.
Oke.
Um, aku kepanggil timnas setelah itu. Itu dari pertama kali timnas. Aku ke Jordania. Dari Jordania aku kepanggil lagi ke India. Dari India, aku lanjut main buat DBL. Aku pindah sekolah SMA ke SMA 70 Bulungan. Nah, dari situ, dari SMA 70 Bulungan, aku main DBL lah. Dari DBL ini ada salah satu em, kenalan kita itu sebenarnya em, dari grupnya Pak Erick Thohir
Mhm.
yang ngurusin basketball. Nah, dia itu interested in me kayak sebelum aku mulai DBL pun dia sudah kontak aku duluan untuk mau support dan sponsorin aku untuk ke Amerika buat latihan training. Nah, dengan tujuan setelah training itu I improve dan cari sekolah sambil training itu. Nah, dari situ aku karena udah ada invested ke DBL dulu karena itu school, aku berangkat sama DBL. Tapi habis itu udah direncanain sama orang tua aku, segimanapun rupa setelah DBL itu aku tidak pulang. Dari DBL All Star aku keterima All Star team buat berangkat. Berangkat di Amerika kita ke Chicago, dari Chicago aku lanjut ke Las Vegas. Las Vegas itu adalah camp yang disponsorin Pak Erick Thohir. Camp itu menghasilkan aku 10 offers buat main di high school di Amerika. Dari 10 offers itu, dan juga ibu aku yang gerilya pas lagi di Las Vegas tuh kanan kiri cari coaches, kenalan. Um, dari 10 itu narrowed down, pas mau pulang tuh udah tinggal 3 yang mau dipilih. Um, dari 3 itu kita pulang dulu ke Indonesia, tapi Pak Erik dan Mas Ino itu salah satu yang ngajuin aku ke Om Erik. Dia bilang kamu udah harus berangkat, kayak ini berarti tandanya you have to go. Terus aku kayak oh oke. Terus kita pilih Archbishop Reardon of San Francisco karena mereka punya boarding program. Terus kedua, they're one of in the top leagues in the United States. Terus ada chances of aku main di timnya dan punya banyak minute play juga besar, kayak I was needed on the team, so my mom liked it, dan beasiswanya juga salah satu yang paling besar. Nah dari situ aku berangkatlah ke Amerika, kayaknya sejak pulang tuh cuma 1,5 bulan, kayak dari pulang dari Las Vegas tuh cuma main prapon sama popnas, abis itu selesai prapon kayaknya 2 minggu, seminggu kemudian aku udah berangkat ke Amerika. Terus
Oke.
aku sekolah lah, sekolah di Amerika. Em, Setelah mulai dari sekolah di Amerika, langsung AU Club, terus sempat pulang bentar buat ngebela timnas kemarin. Pas ngebela timnas, baru nyampe mendarat 1 hari di Jakarta, baru offers dari college-nya mulai keluar. Kayak aku dapet 3
Muncul.
offer yang muncul. em, dalam 24 jam dapat 3 offers.
Oh
Dan
wow.
em, ya udah dari situ timnas pulang balik ke Amerika, mulai lihat offersnya, do on campus tours, official visit, ketemu coaches, ketemu teammate, lihat-lihat sekolah. Nggak lama, kayaknya sebulan kemudian aku udah committed to Cal State Fullerton.
Berarti kamu di SMA 70 Jakarta tuh cuma sampai kelas 10 aja ya? Kelas 11-nya transfer.
Ya, jatuhnya gitu,
Oh, oke.
tapi first semester pas aku pindah tuh, jadi aku pindah ke sini tuh di pertengahan semester 1 kelas 11. Jadi mereka, SMA 70 sangat membantu sih. Em, Mereka bilang kayak kamu kalau bisa kamu tetap ngerjain tugas-tugasnya kamu biar ada full 1 semester of pelajaran. Karena
Mm-mm.
kalau ada kenapa-napa kamu pun masih bisa balik dan kita ada rekor lanjutnya dari semester 1 itu. Dan
Ah, oke.
kedua, kalau di sini di San Francisco, half of my class of the first quarter itu aku di audit. So I didn't like the grades didn't matter. Karena aku juga pas the first semester di sini ada some classes yang just to make me feel that I fit it into the school, kayak buat introduce myself, introduce to how I was studying. Jadi mereka kayak kita audit the first quarter, tapi the second quarter grades-nya udah mulai masuk. Tapi kan berarti the first quarter I don't have grades kalau misalkan I didn't do this double school. So the first semester I did double school. So at night I would do Jakarta school, and then in the morning I would do San Francisco
Gimana
school.
gimana perasaannya Max begitu tahu kayak wah akhirnya aku dapat offer dan akhirnya aku bisa main nih di divisi satunya NCAA.
Itu lega banget. The first kayak tahun pertama aku pindah kan benar-benar yang kayak pertama kali dilepas orang tua dan lain-lain. Jadi sangat um, apa ya, seperti a rush of feelings, a rush of emotion, kayak masih harus berusaha figure out how to make new friends, how to like belajarnya gimana, terus
Hmm.
basketnya gimana. And orang tua aku bukan orang Amerika, jadi mereka nggak paham juga kayak basketball culture. Yes, kita udah figure out yang di Indonesia kan Amerika punya caranya dan culture-nya masing-masing di basket. Jadi aku belajar bersama orang tua aku, belajar pelan-pelan kayak, oh ini loh step by stepnya, gini caranya buat dapat offers, dan gimana caranya dapat offers, itu ada berapa opsi sih caranya. Nah itu yang aku belajar throughout this process. Nah sekarang mungkin aku jauh lebih paham, tapi every year it's getting different and tetap masih berkembang. Jadi every year is still a learning process.
Wow,
Ya,
oke. Tapi berarti beruntung banget ya kamu punya kesempatan pindah pada saat
iya,
SMA. Kalau enggak, mungkin bakal susah kali ya chance-nya untuk bisa dapat offer dari kampus.
iya. Dan abis dapat offer itu, getting any offer out of high school, that means you're one of like 0.1% of the community.
Iya sih, karena
Karena,
emang susah banget ya bisa dapet
ya
gitu.
karena now, so basically kalau dijelasin itu, so this is like D1 schools, right?
Iya,
You're a high school student, so you're here. You're you're competing with D2 students and D3 students that trying to get to D1.
iya,
And then itu yang udah di 4-year college. Ada yang di 2-year college, the junior college, JUCOs, or community college. They are trying to compete to get to the D1, right? So you have three layers already. And then after JUCO, there's NAIA, or I think NAIA is in the middle of D3 and D2, D3 and JUCO. I don't know. It's either two. Tapi, so that's four. And then there's high school students, so you're still competing across the countries and even di luar negeri, kayak cross countries and cross states yang masih competing to be in D1. So you're basically if a high school student and you get to the D1, that means you're 0.1. It doesn't matter what level of D1, but you're 0.1%.
exactly,
So
iya.
yeah.
Tapi bener tau Max, aku sebenarnya kayak baru pertama kali lihat kamu itu kayaknya ada salah satu klip videomu masuk gitu di Instagram feed aku. And then I went through your profile last year, terus aku lihat kamu posting yang kamu keterima di kampus kan dapat offer terus aku kayak oh wow hebat ya dia maksudnya karena aku tahu bahwa untuk bisa masuk ke sana tuh kayaknya susah banget bahkan untuk orang Amerikanya and then the fact that you are Indonesian and then the
Yeah.
only and also like the first one to be able to make it and I was like okay this is really something karena kayaknya orang Indonesia belum pernah nih ada yang bisa
Thank
dapat bisa
you.
sampai tembus ke sana so I'm actually very proud of you and I think like Indonesia
Thank
should be very
you.
proud of you too Max with
Thank
all these
you.
achievements jadi I really hope that one day we can see you thrive, like
Amin.
career-wise ya di sana.
Amen.
Now, Max, seberapa confident sih kamu nanti season college basketball season tuh Oktober ya kalau nggak salah mulainya, apa November?
Yes, around October, November would be preseason. Yeah.
Seberapa pede untuk pertama kali nanti akan mulai main di level divisi satunya NCAA?
Pede aja dulu sih. Kalau pede, ya there's always doubts. Tapi ya harus kerja keras di lapangan aja sih, di lapangan di gym. Ya every practice is a battle to win, right? So dijalanin aja dulu. Ya we'll see once we get there.
Tapi kamu conference-nya apa? Big West ya?
Yes, kayaknya.
Oh, itu
Right.
tuh biasa ada siarannya gitu nggak sih, Max?
Yes, it's on ESPN Plus.
Ada ya di ESPN? Oke.
Ada.
So maybe like if Indonesian, biasa kan udah bisa connect sama
Mm-mm.
Disney juga ya. Kalau mau nonton kamu, jadi
Iya.
bisa ya berarti. Oh, interesting. I
Uh,
will watch.
thank you.
By the way, Max, I love watching women's basketball, like women's college basketball game. But
Mhm.
uh, to be very honest, I never watch any of your game. Jadi ini, mohon maaf
Okay,
banget.
it's
But I think
okay.
I will. I think I will. Nanti once kalau kamu udah start, I will watch you.
It's okay. Yeah, a lot of people ini nggak nonton basket. Apalagi aku di sini kayak banyak banget orang yang di Indonesia um, respectably kayak karena aku juga di Instagram I don't post a lot sometimes kayak
Okay.
um, sejak di Amerika aku jarang ngepost karena juga turnamen itu kan per season. It's not like all year terlalu yang all year round. And then kalau club you club is designated for AU, so you can't just like join a club or like something. A
Mm-mm.
club has to be like just for like 2 months of tournament. And then now in my senior year, aku udah nggak boleh main lagi karena I'm committed. Um,
Oke.
so the system is very different sama Indo. Banyak orang yang pengen nonton my high school game, pengen apa. Tapi di sini tuh jadi um, pencarian uang. Jadi karena
Oh,
links itu bayar per game apa pakai $10, $5, something. Ya, sepuluh
jadi
dolar is
agak
still a lot for Indonesian, so and
iya
for me. So like for one game and it's a high school game. So banyak yang
cukup
nggak bisa
mahal
nonton.
ya.
Even my parents don't watch all my games. Only
Really?
couple one. Karena in school it's broadcast as live. Tapi
Iya.
kalau and it's free. Tapi kalau like when I get to like NorCal playoffs or like state playoff, it's paying. Like you have to pay to watch. So my parents
Hmm.
don't watch those games either. They just watch the
Oh,
replays.
oke.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can watch a lot of your games ya nanti pada saat
Yes,
main.
Cal State Fullerton, ESPN Plus.
Apa nih Max yang paling improve dari diri kamu as a basketball player sejak pindah dari Indonesia ke US?
Um, Pertama itu hustle. I always had a hustle in me, tapi Amerika kayak mengupas aku sampai habis menurut aku ya. Kayak mungkin belum sekupas sampai habis karena ya college would be a different level of basketball, tapi um it opens me up to like actually tunjukin how much of a dog I am on the court. Um Terus IQ, because I have to play against taller people, faster people, stronger people, so I have to decide on the court really fast kayak rapid pace. Terus decision making juga I grow on that a lot, kayak I grew a lot around that realm. Terus skill wise juga karena now people shoot more outside of like the 3-point line and all that, so I've been practicing a lot.
Hmm,
Yeah,
oke.
so I think it's
Keren.
all rounded.
Jadi udah lebih istilahnya lebih improve lah ya dibandingkan kamu yang
Improve,
sebelum
yeah, all
jauh.
around every skill, yeah.
Benar-benar bagus. Oke. Nah, kita ngomongin hal yang agak sedikit berbeda nih dari sisi skills kamu yang udah improve. Now we're going to talk about your English skills actually right here. Ini sebenarnya menarik sih. I watch some of your interviews, Max, before. Terus ada satu specific interview yang aku ingat banget pada saat aku nonton. I was kind of impressed karena half through the conversation itu kamu kayak bilang, I think this was like a podcast like between you and one of your friends kayaknya. Terus aku dengar percakapannya, and then you mentioned something like, iya tahu sebenarnya bahasa Inggris aku tuh nggak yang sefasih itu, and I was like,
Oh,
okay,
Mahdi.
interesting. I think yeah, I
Is
think
he
yeah,
Mahdi? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was with this guy. And then terus kayak, and then you explain bahwa you can speak like fluently, but sometimes like you make grammatical errors or something. Di situ aku mikir bahwa, oke, interesting. Karena kan biasanya memang orang punya assumption bahwa kalau kamu sekolah di Amerika atau kamu kuliah di sana, bahasa Inggris kamu kayaknya bagus atau oke. And then that's also funny because pada saat aku DM Maxine, terus kamu respon dengan intinya kayak you said something kayak tapi bahasa Inggris aku kayak nggak yang
Yeah,
sehebat-hebat itu juga Kak. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
she said it again. So I think like I was kind of impressed because I think with all this achievement that you have like nationally, sometimes like people do not really have this self-awareness. Jadi aku bisa melihat
yeah,
kamu dengan usia yang sangat muda bisa recognize what you are lacking of. It is something actually really amazing for me. So I think like I really respect that like for you to admit
think
that, oh, okay, my English is not actually that good. Tapi ada nggak sih Max kayak growing up, apakah kamu les, apakah kamu belajar atau diajarin orang tua untuk mempersiapkan
Hmm.
kamu kayak bahasa Inggris harus bagus deh Maxim gitu.
um I think bukan keharusan ya, tapi keluarga aku memang um very broad-minded and open-minded. So our family are mostly bilingual or trilingual. So kita semua di rumah itu berbahasa Indonesia, berbahasa bahasa Inggris, dan kita juga sedikit, most of us sedikit paham bahasa Belanda. Jadi
Hmm.
um, ya memang secara situasi memaksa kita untuk paham seperti itu. Tapi kalau dari aku sendiri, dari tiga anak, aku itu anak tengah. Em, aku memang bahasa Inggris belajar belajar sendiri. Kalau aku bahasa pertamanya mother tongue-nya memang bahasa Inggris dan dia harus belajar bahasa Indonesia. Kalau aku harus belajar bahasa Inggris karena mother tongue aku waktu itu bahasa Indonesia. Nah, kalau adik aku lebih baik karena belajar dari kita berdua. Em,
Jadi bener-bener
tapi
langsung bisa.
iya, jadi kalau masalah bahasa Inggris mungkin karena situasi kita memaksa kita dengan satu keluarga kita dan keluarga besar kita semua paham bahasa Inggris dan kita juga kalau nonton di TV lebih banyak bahasa Inggris dibanding bahasa Indonesia. Mungkin bahasa Indonesia would be like news atau mungkin film, tapi kan most of the day kayak TV kan bahasa Inggris kan apa channel-channelnya. Jadi ya seperti itu kalau sekolah em, ya belajar di sekolah bahasa Inggris ya sesuai kelasnya aja sih. Kalau les
Hmm.
juga waktu itu pernah minta mama, tapi mama kayak bilang gak usah kan lama-lama juga bisa gitu. Bisa belajar dan selalu aku sampai detik ini pun dan my sister would joke about it. Um, she would joke about it kayak sekolah sih di Amerika tapi minta grammar check tetap sama kakak ya. Tapi that's so true. My sister still does my grammar error checks and proofread my essays. So,
Oke,
and
oh
I'm not
menarik.
ashamed of it. I actually don't. Kayak
Tapi
daripada
nggak apa-apa.
salah kan?
Iya. Itu ya nanti kan
Ya.
seiring berjalannya waktu belajar. Tapi buat kamu, now that you are an athlete, like playing in the US,
Mhm.
kira-kira kalau kamu melihat sekarang, butuh nggak sih untuk misalnya bahasa Inggris itu dijadiin kayak semacam bagian, like part of the development program untuk para atlet gitu di Indonesia? Karena kan kamu mungkin di
Ya.
Indonesia ya
Ya.
belajar aja kan.
I do think so. Menurut aku perlu kenapa? Karena you still have to understand formality English and
Hmm.
non-formal. Because non-formal you can pick it up anytime. You can talk with your friend and you can pick it up. You on a daily basis, it's non-formal way of speaking. So it's different when you have to actually speak in front of a community and speak in front of like you, a journalist, a reporter, a coach. It's how you present yourself at the end of the day, because you still have to understand how to present yourself in a formal way of speaking. So jadi menurut aku it's important karena education backs that up. Education backs the part where you have to speak diplomatically, where you have to speak still fluently but in a proper way kan. Jadi menurut aku it's very important.
Dan also kayak aku juga baru sadar Amerika kan basketnya lagi, masa NIL-nya lagi
Yeah,
gencar-gencarnya ya. Mereka kayak itu kan
yeah.
biasanya deal with brands and stuff, so you
Yeah,
have
you
to
have
be
to
able
deal
to
with,
speak.
yeah, I totally agree in that part.
Iya. Oke. Nah, Max, ada nggak sih kira-kira menurutmu, tadi kita ngomongin masalah kemampuan kefasihan berbahasa gitu, misal dari
Mhm.
sekolah ataupun dari institusi olahraga di Indonesia yang harusnya menurut Max ini kayaknya masih bisa support para atlet lebih baik lagi deh. Kalau ada kira-kira menurutmu kayak caranya gimana tuh dari perspektif kamu sebagai atlet?
Mungkin kalau dari institusi basket susah ya, bukan tidak bisa, tapi mungkin lebih susah karena kan outreach-nya akan lebih susah. Dan
Hmm.
juga menurut aku, they're still busy on fixing the system. I think this is just a small problem that maybe that individual can fix by itself, or more of like
Hmm.
the education system has to fix it, menurut aku.
Hmm.
Tapi um, ya mungkin di sekolah mungkin hours in the class-nya mungkin lebih banyak maybe atau ya dalam seminggu mungkin kelasnya jadi 2 atau 3 kali di mana you actually speak English full time in the class or bikin kayak satu hari kayak the whole day semua student has to speak English even the teachers kan berarti the teacher
Hmm.
has to start studying English juga dong, so it becomes
Iya.
like uh, a chain of reaction. Jadi nggak cuman students learning, tapi teachers juga learning. And and dan aku ngerasa banyak orang Indonesia juga sudah mulai bisa bahasa Inggris dan mereka bisa belajar dari mendengar, nonton. So sebenarnya nggak sesusah itu. Cuman mungkin part of writing, spelling itu yang harus lebih dilatih di kelas mungkin.
I agree. Itu. Ada advice nggak Max buat misalnya ada nih atlet Indonesia yang ngelihat kamu udah main di US, terus mereka mikir kayak aku pengen juga kayak Maxine tapi bahasa Inggris aku misalnya nggak terlalu mumpuni. Any advice for them?
Pede aja, pede aja. dan jangan selalu ngikutin TV.
Oke.
Itu advice aku kenapa? Karena em, lebih mending menggunakan kata-kata yang lebih proper untuk belajar dibanding coba ikut-ikut slang dan ternyata salah maknanya. I think itu sesuatu yang aku belajar di um, high school karena kan banyak teman aku yang dorm student juga atau boarders. Mereka memang bahasa Inggrisnya nggak lancar apalagi kadang ada accentnya. Jadi untuk menyebutkan beberapa kata kurang tepat. Jadi
Oke.
lebih baik salah berusaha berusaha berbicara dengan kata yang tepat atau kayak say like tree and three is different kan itu susah kan orang membedakan itu dan pronunciation-nya kadang susah. Jadi lebih mending try to pronounce words that bukan slang karena kalau slang nanti salah dikit atau misspelled or mispronounce nanti artinya berbeda you bisa menyinggung orang-orang yang salah. Jadi I think it's more of like that. And berani aja belajar untuk berbicara out loud karena semakin banyak berlatih ya semakin baik pasti mungkin.
Okay,
I don't
what an
know.
advice. Yeah,
I don't
I
know. I
agree with
think
you.
that's just me. Karena in high school everybody can make something out of it kan. Jadi
Iya,
I don't
iya,
know.
I agree. I agree with you. Nah, Max, sekarang kita ngomongin, kamu kan udah ya kayak karir kamu di sana, and then actually like Indonesia kayaknya it's a momentum ya kalau aku pribadi lihat bahwa kamu akhirnya
Hmm?
bisa jadi salah
Ya,
satu pionir yang istilahnya kayak pintu yang selama ini terkunci rapat nggak pernah kebuka opportunity itu dengan kamu bisa masuk ke sana, at least itu udah kebuka windownya atau pintunya.
ya.
Jadi semakin banyak orang yang bisa masuk lagi ataupun bisa menyusul kamu ke depannya. Tapi kalau dari pengalamanmu sendiri, ada nggak sih Max kayak sebenarnya ini ada banyak loh kayak atlet-atlet Indonesia, khususnya basket putri ya yang mungkin bisa atau capable untuk reach that kind of position sama sepertimu, tapi mungkin mereka nggak bisa sampai ke sana karena bisa jadi terkendala bahasa, bisa jadi lack of resources, bisa jadi nggak tahu akses, nggak tahu caranya. Menurut kamu
Iya.
gimana?
Menurut aku sih banyak ya. Menurut aku apalagi yang udah senior kayak now seeing them play in this timnas senior tuh kayak I think you should have gone to America kayak you actually can make it ya. Mungkin makanya aku ngerasa sangat bersyukur kayak aku juga nggak mau menyia-nyiakan kesempatan ini karena well I have the resources and I have the support. Orang lain mungkin nggak punya tapi aku berharap ya banyak di Indonesia dan banyak yang sekarang di Indonesia memang projection mereka untuk menjadi lebih baik dari aku banyak. Jadi I just hope mungkin mereka ya start studying English. Ya, I hope semua sekolah sudah mulai belajar bahasa Inggris. Tapi juga terus mengembangkan skillnya mereka dan always be kind around the community because you never know who's gonna help you at one day, I guess.
Networking
Yeah.
penting ya berarti. Harus
Networking
bisa.
is so important. Even di Amerika, it's good to network. I mean, not yang juga kayak berintensi kenalan cuman buat networking, tapi sebagai orang as a whole, student and human being ya, be open to meeting and greeting everybody. Yes. Iya.
Iya. Tadi di awal kan Maxim sempat cerita bahwa proses kamu akhirnya bisa dapat scholarship dari kampus. Tapi kalau misalnya, sepertinya di Indonesia mungkin belum terlalu banyak kali ya Max orang yang aware bahwa kampus-kampus di US itu sebenarnya menyediakan loh beasiswa untuk atlet kalau mereka misalnya mau main gitu di level bisa jadi kayak level divisi satu kayak kamu. Nah, gimana sih menurutmu untuk bisa kita kayak increase the awareness supaya orang-orang atau banyak atlet muda di Indonesia tuh bisa tahu bahwa kamu tuh bisa loh punya chance untuk dapat beasiswa gitu dari mereka.
Hmm. Hmm, kalau ningkatin awareness, mungkin yang dari sisi kita yang mengalami pengalamannya, mungkin kita juga harus lebih sharing. That's why I like doing this karena I can get to share and then I'm very open to questions. Jadi kalau orang mau nanya silakan. Um, tapi juga for the other sports tuh, kita as the athlete we have to encourage um, people di Indonesia untuk kayak ada loh jalannya ini dan kayak have to be open to like um, helping out. Tapi juga aku ngerasa dari Indonesia, dari orang-orang Indonesia juga have to um, mengambil aksi, kayak lebih proaktif towards us juga as orang yang mau menjawab. Kalian harus bertanya. Ya mungkin gak usah nulis email atau apa, tapi kayak just try, like kayak DM atau mungkin you are in the community that we are in, cari people that knows us, that can connect you with us, atau kebalikan arahnya juga with having more journalists write about it, having more
Mhm.
newspaper cover of it, atau kayak YouTube. Dan aku ngerasa sekarang medianya sudah lebih banyak daripada dulu. Dan I
Mhm.
hope it gets there to a point di mana it can be a cycle where tiap tahun ada yang baru. Jadi bisa lihat perkembangannya dan juga memperkuat timnas di Indonesia nggak cuma basket, sepak bola dan lainnya.
Mhm.
Ya.
Okay, I agree with you. I still have a couple of questions for you, Max. Tapi before that, I think like let's do a little bit of game. Jadi aku
Oke.
ada beberapa pertanyaan, rapid fire questions. You have to answer it very quickly. So I have
eh
6 questions right here, and then I will let Maxine answer them. So the first one is, what is your pre-game hype song?
Pre-game height song itu would be Thugs Mansion and Sialan. Sialan, you know
Adrian
the song?
Halif
Um,
sama Juicy ya?
yeah, Juicy Lucy, right? Yeah, yeah.
Kenapa itu, Max?
Um, Thugs Mansion itu ya lebih upbeat tapi tetap slow mellow, and then
Okay.
and it's a bit of rap, so biar orang don't diss me, but that's one of my favorite songs. It's by Tupac. And then Sialan Dia, I don't know. Aku orangnya kalau sebelum pregame I'm so hyped, and then
Uh,
people would um kayak aku tuh kalau sebelum game tuh sangat berusaha tenang dan lain-lainnya. Jadi aku butuh lagu yang lebih mellow, dan aku emang orangnya sukanya R&B, slow R&B atau jazz, or sometimes even country. Um, so aku dengernya lebih yang kalem, biar nggak
oh.
terlalu meledak-meledak karena nanti aja di lapangan yang meledak.
Oh, okay. All right. Very
Ya,
good. Now, your basketball idols growing up, men and women.
men and women. Diana Taurasi would be one yang udah retired. Men would be Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
Mhm.
Currently would be Stephen Curry, and then kalau girl side currently would be um Kelsey Plum, and then Paige Becker is for sure. Tapi juga salah satunya would be um Caitlin.
Oh,
The Caitlin, she's from UConn. She got drafted to the Valkyries.
okay.
I
All
think
right.
so.
So
Kalau
Caitlin
salah
Chen.
namanya. Oh yeah, Caitlin Chen. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot her last
Okay.
name.
Now, one word to describe your playing style.
Aggressive.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right.
I
Uh,
think aggressive, yeah.
winning a buzzer beater or dominating the whole game.
Winning a buzzer beater.
Okay. All right. Dream WNBA team to play for someday.
Valkyrie.
Oh, really? Kenapa?
The Valkyrie. Um, because basically now I'm a Bay Area kid. So
Iya.
I have to represent. Tapi dari dulu emang aku suka Golden State, and then now having Golden State, Valkyrie, um, the
And then
Valkyries, so
Warriors.
and then Warriors, it would be so cool.
Okay, hopefully. I mean,
Yeah, I
um,
mean,
are there any players or rookies that you're especially following or rooting for in the upcoming WNBA season?
Paige Beckers,
Okay.
um, Caitlin for sure, um, and then AZ. AZ is not drafted yet though. Wait, never mind.
Kayaknya tahun
Yeah,
depan nih. Iya.
yeah, she's declaring next year.
Iya.
Some other girl from Notre Dame. What's
Soalnya
her name?
Citron,
Olivia.
Olivia Miles,
Oh, the girl with the glasses?
Olivia
Is she
Miles.
declaring? Yeah, Olivia
Enggak,
Miles.
kayak tahun depan deh. Setahu aku dia
Sure.
baru transfer ke
Oh,
TCU.
oh yeah, she did. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Never mind. Then
Okay.
just two.
Can I add one more? Just out of
Yeah, yeah.
curiosity,
Go.
um, who do you think is better, Caitlin Clark or Paige Beckers?
Two different players, not deciding. Two different players. Um,
What
better
makes them
wise,
different in your opinion, Max?
uh, just how they kaya the nonchalantness of Paige Beckers kills the uh like aggressiveness of uh Caitlin Clark when she shoots. Cause I do think Paige Becker is more of like a finesse type of player. And
Mhm.
then Caitlin Clark is like, I'll shoot every shot and I'll make it type of player. But
I
Paige
agree.
Beckers doesn't miss too, so it's
Mm.
like very hard.
Yeah. Do you think she
Yeah.
will be Rookie of the Year this year?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think so too, yeah.
I don't from the draft roster, no one's better than her. I don't think
But
so.
people said Dominic Malonga is better.
Oh, wait. No, still no. She doesn't
No?
shoot better than Paige Beckers. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
we will see.
Nobody's beating Paige Beckers.
I agree. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Now, I have final questions before we go to your closing statement. We talk about WNBA. Aku sebenarnya personally, I really hope I can see you play one day ya Max nanti untuk di WNBA karena Indonesia. Jujur waktu aku nonton WNBA draft yang tahun ini, ada beberapa pemain internasional kan kayak Australia punya Georgia Amoore and I was like,
Yeah.
that would be nice untuk lihat orang Indonesia bisa masuk di draft karena ada banyak exposure yang akan bisa didapat sama Indonesia juga kan kayak karena draft partinya menurut aku bagus banget gitu. So from your perspective as a player gitu yang akan memulai karir NCAA kamu
Mhm.
soon, so you still have around like 4 years, and hopefully you will get drafted. So hopefully, I really pray for that. What can Indonesia do to support you, Max? Like at least like we can smooth the path so you can be drafted one day in the WNBA.
First would be prayers. Second would be actually giving me like the facilities, the f- mm, the support as if training, like
Mm.
kasih ya kayak apa ya kayak kasih I don't know how you say it. I don't know how a softer way to say it, but like um ya kasih kayak support untuk bisa latihan,
Mm.
kasih fasilitas untuk kasih coach ke aku atau mungkin seperti itu kayak the basic needs of an athlete, I guess. Yeah.
Berarti sekarang yang kita punya di Indonesia masih cukup kurang ya, harus bisa improve lagi ya untuk bisa.
Um, wait, the question buat aku kalau aku di Indo atau aku di Amerika?
I think like both. Karena kan kamu main di luar, but still you're Indonesian. So what can like the government help to support you?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
The government could help me. Could very much please help me with with supporting me and like having a trainer here, having
Yeah.
the facility, having the resources to put me in a training program or have coaches come and train me here in America. Kalau di Indonesia kan, yeah, the community is small, tight knit, so I can go to them. I can like kalau di Indonesia the facility is easier because here I'm living by myself and I don't have the resources for it. Kalau the government can help me with those resources, that would be great.
Oke, alright, alright. Berarti benar-benar butuh fasilitas, butuh training, butuh coaching
Yeah, because
buat
like
kamu ya.
here di sini kayak sekarang, yes I do train, tapi I train with people yang aku kenalan atau kayak and some of them are so nice, so I don't have to pay for practices. And like it's just because I come really early in the morning, like 6:30, and I'm already on the court, and I'm actually I actually want to work, so they're like fine, training is free or something like that. Tapi kalau for some in higher level trainings, yeah, I need the support for it. I can't always like support myself, and not most definitely my parents can't always support me. Right? At one point, there's a higher expectations for me to be able to achieve, and I need a higher support system, right? Oh,
Okay. So
yeah, I think
hopefully
it's
ya,
very important.
hopefully. Hopefully nanti
Hopefully.
iya pemerintah Indonesia bisa bantu kamu sebisa mungkin sebaik mungkin. Max, terakhir aku kalau misalnya kamu bisa kasih closing statement, kalau misalnya ada let's say junior athlete atau atlet-atlet muda lain Indonesia yang mau memulai nih kayak pengen start career seperti kamu gitu supaya bisa one day main di level internasional dan mereka berpikir gimana ya aku cara mulainya. Kamu bisa kasih step by step gitu nggak ke mereka? Harus ngapain
Cara
ngapain.
mulainya, cara mulai buat nyampe ke sini. eh
Supaya mereka bisa punya trajectory like career trajectory yang sama seperti kamu untuk bisa sampai tembus
oh,
gitu
oke.
kayak keluar.
Um, First, latihan. I can jangan pernah bilang um, kayak bukan jangan pernah bilang gak bisa. Satu,
Hmm.
remember kamus kamus buku kamu as an athlete tuh nggak ada yang nggak bisa, pasti bisa. Kedua, um, kalau mau mulai sesuatu mulai aja dulu, itu udah pasti. Just try first, and then ketiga, ya kalau mau ikut kompetisi-kompetisi tertentu silakan. Don't overdo it, and losing doesn't matter. I have a losing record. Anybody has a losing record. It doesn't matter. Losing is just an opportunity to actually study the game and an opportunity to learn. So don't ever be scared to lose or even win. Don't have jangan terlalu lama euforianya juga. Because a win is just a win. Another day is another day. So it doesn't matter. Terus kelima would be like DBL would be one of the outreach, tapi remember DBL is not the end of the world. Sorry. Sorry, DBL doesn't all due respect tuh. But like the DBL is not the end of the world karena itu scope region kamu doang. Itu scope provinsi kamu doang. You never know. And then nanti di DBL All Star itu um, baru you guys kayak ketemu the other competition. Tapi not only DBL All Star would get you to America. Um, Juga networking itu udah penting. Timnas itu penting. Timnas, if you can get to Timnas, that would be the step. Like Debel would be the high school part, and then the high school part would go to like Timnas, Kapili Timnas, and then Kapili Timnas would maybe get you to know more people that are in the higher rank of like the organization and all that, so they can help you through that. And then if you always want to ask me within your debut career and your Timnas career to me, I could help you and I could introduce you to people juga yang di sini kalau you are actually very invested towards your basketball career and going to America, I guess.
Okay, all right. Do you think the government should provide like scholarship next for athletes?
Oh, that
Ada
would
nggak
be a
sih?
whole different. Ada,
Karena
nggak
aku
ada.
berpikir tau Max kayak aku sebagai penerima beasiswa LPDP tuh banyak banget scope beasiswanya. And then I just realized nggak ada scope buat atlet. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, that would be
Um,
interesting.
that would be such a whole different conversation.
Iya,
Tapi
tapi ya,
aku ngerasa mungkin butuh, tapi
mm,
aku lebih setuju seperti cara aku dapat. Aku lebih setuju mereka sudah melakukan screening, pilih satu orang terus berangkat.
okay.
Aku nggak setuju. Aku mungkin setuju kalau 2 orang atau 3 orang bareng. 2 orang sih menurut aku. Tiga
Mm,
tuh masih terlalu banyak tiga tiga dikirim ke tempat yang sama. Tiga can be three other problems in the future juga. Kalau 2 kan you're dependable and then either way you have, like it or not you're stuck together kan. Till
mm,
your later college offers or something or your college commitments. Tapi mungkin bisa, cuman screeningnya, latar belakangnya, educationnya, it all matters at the end of the day, menurut aku.
mm,
Karena, and like, ya, how you conduct your life, kayak prinsipal-prinsipal dari anak ini, dari keluarganya, gimana. Karena America can change you any country can change you, any community can change you and who you are. Jadi you can get derailed from your actual goal and actual dreams. And belum juga kewajiban to the government dan negara kan. Jadi for athletic scholarship, I still think it cannot be openly kayak
Hmm.
offered menurut aku karena kalau athletically kayak you're still representing the country. Yes, I do agree kayak LPDP dan siswa. Ada satu lagi kan yang there's two LPDP and other one. I think a
I have
lot
no
of
idea.
ada satu lagi kayak
Uh,
Merdeka something or something.
uh,
Some itu kayak itu kan education wise
yeah.
it's different. Kalau athletic kan you're trying to grow your athletic community di Indonesia. Jadi it's harder kayak you actually want to see something grow, not something to try to grow and then fail kayak bener-bener fail totally kan. Jadi menurut aku lebih harus dipilih-pilih.
Okay, wait. Oh, this is very nice and very good take, sih. Max, ada anything else that you want to add before we wrap up this conversation?
Um, Nothing, maybe more of like yang di Indo semangat aja. And yeah, well, ada two different people, athlete way, education way. So, um, well, pick one, or you can pick both. But it's always a tough ride. Everybody have a different story, different way to get there. So, jangan pernah berusaha nyamain sama orang lain aja itu juga.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maxine, for the insights and also for all the information. I think I learned a lot from this conversation from you. So hopefully I can use all of this like to finish
Yeah,
my writing. And by the way, Max, if
I
you have
hope it
any
helps.
chance 2026, 2027, kalau lagi ada chance main ke Melbourne, feel free to contact me.
I will.
I
My
would
mom
love
just
to
went to
meet you in
Melbourne.
person. Oh yeah.
I want to go to Melbourne.
Nanti kalau Maxine ada kesempatan main-main, just let me know.
Yeah, if you
Berkabar
come
aja.
here too, pasti inform me. And there's a lot of, and maybe you can, maybe I can, you can maybe write about the Heritage Game this weekend.
Oke, oh that's interesting. Sebenarnya aku juga ada plan tahu Max sama teman-teman mau conference kan ke US tapi 2026. Tapi masih belum tahu ya kayak paper submissionnya masih bisa atau enggak. So hopefully if I go to US then
Fingers
probably
crossed.
I will let you know. Yeah. Makasih banyak
Yes.
Maxine. So I hope you have a
Sama-sama.
nice evening and I'm just gonna cut this recording ya Max.
Okay.
Makasih banyak.